everyone see my shirt? It says Best in Snow, and it has a dog on a sled. That's hilarious. Hello, welcome to my first day of Christmas video. Today, I will be telling the story of a Christmas Carol while drinking. Our first drink of the evening will be this chilled, there's not a lot left, this chilled Chateau Diana Winery Chardonnay. Now I know what you're thinking, Elizabeth, where did you buy such a classy wine? And I bought it from Rite Aid. Oh, that is not enough. Cheers. Super cold. I don't think I washed this cup out. Well, this wine tasted awfully like orange soda. Oops. So this is clearly not enough alcohol. So we're gonna have to get some more. All right. Concoction time. We're going to take our glass. We're going to pour Svedka mango pineapple into it. Okay. Smells like regret. How was that? No, it's like nothing. We're going to put some sun-kissed orange in. Now I have my new concoction. I put a lot of Svedka in this. Bottoms up. Oh, I cannot chug that. And I like this vodka. Like, I chose it. No, I didn't choose this. I actually got this one as a present from Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. Bernadette, you want some? No? Okay. Let's talk the Christmas Carol, all right? Christmas Carol. Scrooge. Ebenezer. What's good? I hate the Christmas Carol. I'm just gonna put that out there. The Jim Carrey version, super scary. Every time I've seen a Christmas Carol or Scrooge, there's always been a different backstory. Like, I've never seen the same one. I don't like Christmas Carol. The only Christmas Carol I can stomach is the Disney one where Scrooge is Scrooge, because I'm like, oh no, I see what you did there. And I should make it very clear that while talking about the Christmas Carol, that I have only seen the Muppet version once, and it was a very long time ago, and I don't remember it. So the Muppet version will not be counted in my hate towards a Christmas Carol. And like, I understand it's a super important lesson, like, you know, be a better person, but like, is it? Here's what happens. Scrooge is like a bad person. He's got a lot of money, and he has a partner. I don't remember. Oh, Bob Cratchit. So Goofy is Bob Cratchit. Scrooge is Scrooge. Mickey is, no, is that Bob Cratchit?
Ebenezer.
Which one is Bob Cratchit? Is Bob Cratchit Tiny Tim's dad? Do I not know? I have to Google this. Okay, let's figure this out. Charles Dickens wrote it. Charles Dickens, what a guy. Jacob Marley. Let me retell this. Take it back. So, Scrooge used to have this bank place that does money. I don't know what his real job is, okay? I don't know why Scrooge is rich. He just is, all right? And he has this business. And this business used to be Marley and Scrooge, or Scrooge and Marley, doesn't matter. He crossed Marley's name right off the sign, which really was unnecessary because, like, you could have just left it. Like, all right, Marley's dead, but, like, it cost you literally nothing to just leave the sign alone. But, like, no, you gotta, like, ridiculous. Clearly, Scrooge ain't a real homie. Who in his place, Scrooge, Marley, Bob Cratchit works for him, right? Okay. Now, Bob Cratchit has like a lot of kids because it's like the 1800s, the 1600s, I don't know what time period it is. It ain't now, all right? It's back then when everything was sad and gross, despite now when everything is chaotic and gross, okay? Bob Cratchit is like, oh my god, it's so cold. Like, it is so cold here. We don't have any warmth. And Scrooge is like, I'm paying for you to have cold, like, psh, yeah, put a coat on. Bob is like, can I please have off for Christmas? And Scrooge, like all capitalism, is like, you want to have off for Christmas? But am I just supposed to stop having my shit so that you can have Christmas with your family? Like, really? Really? You think you're that important? And because Bob is poor, Bob is like, okay, I'll work, no, it's fine. Like, I'll totally, like, I'll come in even though I don't want to, and I'll miss my family and my son who's dying because he's frail, and this is the old time. I don't know what he had a limp, he didn't have a leg, he's on a crutch. Where are you, Christmas? No, that is not the song. God bless us, everyone. That is it. Anyway, Bob Cratchit has these 3 kids. I think there's 3. I think one's name is Mary. It doesn't matter. I forgot where I was. Okay. Oh my god, I'm still in the beginning. Scrooge is like, no, to Bob. When Bob is like, can I have off for Christmas? He's like, no. And he's like, but please. And I think Scrooge says yes, but like, you have to work Christmas Eve, which... So then Scrooge goes outside and there's these 3 guys and they're like, give to the poor, help for the poor, please give us some money to help the poor. Yeah, Scrooge, what do you say? And Scrooge is like, oh, no, I don't like that voice for Scrooge. Oh, no, ow, I like that. Ow, no. Scrooge says, oh, well, I'm helping the poor by not giving them money so they can pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Yeah, that's what he says. Okay. So he says that, and everyone's like, oh, Scrooge, he's such a bad guy. And then Scrooge's nephew or niece, depending on what version you're talking about, is like, I saw a version where it was his niece, but I've seen multiple versions where it's his nephew. And right now I'm talking about the Disney one. So we're going to talk about Donald Duck. So his nephew is like, oh, please come to Christmas dinner. And Scrooge is like, no, I'd rather not. And Donald Duck is like so oblivious, and he's just like, okay, well, you're gonna be there and we're gonna make your favorite. And like all of Donald Duck's friends are like, bruh, he does not care that like you are his nephew. Like, he does not give any craps about you. So like we're not gonna care. And he's like, no, guys. So like I love him. His wife is like, all right, he's not gonna come. Then Scrooge goes home and like there's like hints of like ghostly activities happening, and he's like ignoring them because he's Scrooge. Scrooge wears an ugly ass nightgown to bed, and he's like, I'm gonna go to bed. But Jiminy Cricket comes. That might have just been the Disney version. No! Hold up. So, as Scrooge is trying to fall asleep, who shows up? Jacob Marley. Yeah, and he's in chains because he lives in hell, and not the bad place. Like, he lives in hell, all right? There is no Eleanor Shellstrop to help him. And he's like, oh my god, like, dude, like, hell sucks. And Scrooge is like, bruh, like, what do you mean? And he's like, no, like, it sucks. Like, it's like the worst. And he's like, oh my god, like, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, why are you in hell? And he's like, bruh. You know why I'm in hell. And Scrooge is like, yeah, I know why you're in hell, but like, bruh. So then Jacob Marley is like, yo, dude, there's gonna be 3 ghosts that visit you tonight, all right? And you like gotta listen to them, because if you don't listen to them, like, you're gonna go to hell with me, and like, it sucks. Scrooge is like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. And Jacob's like, no, like, you're gonna. And Scrooge is like, no, like, I'm not. Like, you're not here. Like, I'm gonna pretend like you're not here. So like, blah, 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 blah. Oh. Oh, and there's something about clocks. Like, then the clock strikes, I don't know, 8:30 p.m. Something happens. I don't remember. So the clock strikes, and Scrooge is like, and then the ghost of Christmas past shows up, and it's like, yo, do you remember Christmas? And it's like, yeah, like I've had Christmases before. He's like, no, like, do you remember Christmas? And Scrooge is like, bah humbug, bah humbug. That's what he always says. He's like, bah humbug, I don't care about Christmas. And the Ghost of Christmas Past is like, yeah, well, you did.
Yeah, well, you did.
The Ghost of Christmas Past takes Scrooge to the past and shows Scrooge, like, his, like, super past, like, super long ago. And it's him and his sister. And his sister is like, I love you, Ebenezer. You're the best. And Scrooge is like, I love you, Mary. I assume it's Mary. It just seems right. She's like, oh, Ebenezer. Thanks. Like, I don't remember. The Ghost of Christmas Past is like, don't you remember how horrible it was in boarding school without Emma or Mary or whatever her name is? You two, like, used to be friends, siblings, and now you're not. And he's like, oh, the death of my sister. Oh, she died, I think, giving birth to the nephew. Scrooge is like, I'm so sad. I miss Emily. And so then the Ghost of Christmas Past is like,
Killjoy, Debbie Downer, whatever.
so then he takes him to a fun time where Scrooge is like the life of the ball. He's having fun. Like, everybody's having a blast. Him and Marley are together. Like, they're chilling. Like, they're hitting on girls. But, like Scrooge is, like, a little awkward. He's a little nervous. He's giving me, like, a big Josh Groban vibe. I don't know why. And then he meets this girl. And I don't remember her name because I don't care. The girl is like, oh, my God, like, hi. And Scrooge is like, oh.
Hi.
And she's like, you want to dance with me? And Scrooge is like, me? And she's like, yeah. So they start dancing and they fall in love. And then the Ghost of Christmas Past takes them to another Christmas where Scrooge is, like, not paying attention to her and all he cares about is money. And she's like, Scrooge, like I love you and, like, I love our marriage and I love our life, but I'm going to leave you if you don't care about me because I feel like you care about money more than me. And Scrooge is like, okay, well, money before hoes, so bye. And she's like, and then she, like, leaves. And then Scrooge is like, I don't like this spirit. I don't like this at all. It makes me sad. And the spirit is like, well, then you shouldn't have been such a dick. Then Scrooge is back in his bed and he's like, wow, I'm sad. Like, I miss Daisy Duck or whatever her name was. Then the Ghost of Christmas Present comes. And he's so grand and so, like, ah! The Ghost of Christmas Present is like, yo, you are missing out on shit right now, homie. All right? Right now. Shit is happening and you are just missing it. And so then the Ghost of Christmas Present flies him to his nephew's house, or niece, whatever version you watch. And the nephew is like, I love my Uncle Scrooge. And everyone is like, this nerd. And he's like, no, I love my uncle and he's the best and blah, 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 blah. And everyone's like, no, like, dude, like, he sucks. Like, he's literally the worst. Like, his name is Scrooge. Like, we all hate him. Bah humbug his ass, all right? And he's like, no. Like, I love my uncle. And Scrooge is like, why are they all being rude? And Ghost of Christmas Present is like, because you're a dick. Okay? Then the Ghost of Christmas Present takes him over to Bob Cratchit's house. And Scrooge is like, oh my God, this is how Bob Cratchit lives? Like, why is he so poor? Like, bruh, because you don't give him any money. Like, that's why. Capitalism. It's killing Bob Cratchit, all right? Then he's like watching Bob Cratchit being like a super stalker. And he's like, oh my God, he's got kids. Like, look at that little one on his stick. Oh, it's so sad. And then the Ghost of Christmas Present is like, yo, dude, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, that's Tiny Tim. And he ain't got a lot more Christmases left. And he's like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, he's so cute and he cares. And like, oh, because Tiny Tim is like, I think we should say a grace and bless Scrooge. And everyone at the table is like, Tiny Tim, are you on crack right now? Like, did you get a secret supply of crack and didn't share with the family? Like, what? And he's like, no, like, he gives Dad a job and so we should thank him. And it's like, Tiny Tim, like, Dad's doing a service for Scrooge. Like, it's not like Scrooge was just like, I'm giving you money. Like, your dad goes to work. Like, you should really thank your dad. But it's like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna get into that. Tiny Tim was like, we should all celebrate Scrooge. And Scrooge was like, yeah, that's great. And everyone's like, Scrooge is a dick. And Scrooge is like, well, And then the Ghost of Christmas Past is like, dude, like, Tiny Tim does not have a lot of time left. Like, he is dying. Like, he is weak and frail and on a crutch. And, like, his leg hobbles. And, like, he talks really high pitched. So, like, there is not a lot of time left for him. And Scrooge is like, but, like, how much time? Like, Ghost of Christmas Present. Like, what's gonna happen to the kid that kind of likes me? And then the Ghost of Christmas Present is gone. I know. Scandalous. Finished. Then the Ghost of Christmas Future comes. And he does not talk. So it's like, Spirit, what's going to happen to Tiny Tim? And the Ghost of Christmas Future is just like, and Scrooge is like, where are we going, Spirit? And then the Spirit takes him to a graveyard, okay? And I don't remember if it was Christmas Present or Christmas Future, but in the Jim Carrey version, there are two kids that, like, weirdly show up. I think it's Present. There are two kids that, like, come out of his cloak, and one is, like, greed and one is, like, vengeance. I don't remember what they are. Don't quote me. But they're, like, the creepiest children I've ever seen, and they're like, and, like, he's like, Spirit, no, Spirit, take it away. Like, Spirit, stop it. And he's like, well, this is what happens. So, but anyway. So Christmas Future brings him to a graveyard, which is like hella grim, okay? Like, it's not hocus pocus, but whatever. So Christmas Future does not talk, and it's just like, and it's a grave of Tiny Tim, and it's like, oh, Tiny Tim, heart of gold, lungs clearly probably failed. I don't know what was wrong with him. And then Scrooge is like, no, Spirit, no. How do I solve this? Like, bruh, like, you give the man more money so that he can take care of his family, so that he could feed Tiny Tim properly. Like, and the Spirit is like, and then he turns around, and then there's a grave for Scrooge. And Scrooge is like, I'm gonna die within the year too, which seems a little unlikely to me that, like, Scrooge would also die the same year that Tiny Tim dies. Why did he die? You know Tiny Tim died because he's frail, and it's the time periods. But you don't know why Scrooge died. Like, did he just die because his heart was two sizes too small? No. Ghost of Christmas Future pushes him into the grave, and he's like, no, I don't want this life. I don't want it at all. I want to help. And then he wakes up. And he's like, what day is it? Where am I? He runs to the window and he opens it. And he's like, what day is today? And his maid, who, like, shows back up, she's like, it's like Christmas. And he's like, I didn't miss it. There's still time. And then he runs. And then he runs into this child on the street. And he's like, child, go buy me the biggest goose you can find. And he's like, okay. And Scrooge runs into the three guys who were like, please give to the poor. And he's like, gentlemen, here, money, money, money. And they're like, what happened? And he's like, Merry Christmas. And they're like, did he just say Merry Christmas? Like, he's pretty much a bah humbug kind of guy. Like, is he on crack? Anyway, he shows up with a sack of toys at Bob Cratchit's house, and he's like, Bob, I gotta talk to you. Like, this is super serious. And Bob Cratchit's like, oh my god, this dude's gonna fire me in front of my family. Like, this is, like, embarrassing as hell. And then he's like, here's your bonus. And he's like, a bonus? And the wife is like, a bonus? And then he gives the toys to all the kids and gives them the goose. The little kid shows back up and is like, I got you the goose. And he's like, the goose is for them. Like, here's money. And then he goes to the nephew's house and he's like, you didn't think I'd miss Christmas, did you? And the nephew's like, Scrooge, Uncle Scrooge, I'm so happy you came. And everyone there is like, shit, I lost $5. I 100% bet that this man would not show up. Like, all right. But, like, a party's a party. And I hate it.
I hate it. I hate it.
I hate the Christmas Carol. I'm sick of the versions. I'm sick of all of it. Dude became a better person, but is he going to be a better person? Like, is Scrooge tomorrow, like on the 26th of December, gonna be like, yo, I need to be a better person? Because if he is, cool. But if he not, then he gonna die. Like, oh, Scrooge, like, everyone cares about Scrooge now. And it's just kind of like, I don't care about Scrooge, okay? If we're gonna talk about Christmas movies that we all should watch instead of A Christmas Carol, it's Eloise at Christmas time, all right? Eloise at Christmas time. It's the best Christmas movie ever. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you stick tuned for the rest of my 12 Days of Christmas videos, and if you don't, bye! I mean, like, I'm not your mom. I don't pay your bills, so I don't care what you do. But, like, it would be cool if you watched them. Thanks.